Hey guys, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. So I pulled out one of my molds I had done quite a while ago, but I want to try these glow-in-the-dark rocks or stones or whatever they're called. So my plan is to take these stones and outline the moon. And then we're just gonna pour a color in and kind of see what happens. But my fear is if I put these in a darker blue color, are they still going to show? That's the million-dollar question. So I don't know. I'm going to think about this, and we're going to get this piece done. So this comes with 3 shelves. If I can remember correctly, I think I had made 8 ounces and I had to make more. So I'm going to mix up 12 ounces when I get ready to mix my resin. I did get this mold on Amazon, and it will be in the description box below. So if anybody wants it, it will be there for you. So what I had done before was I had taken some UV resin and kind of made like planets and made this like a galaxy. I'm contemplating, do I do that or do I just like pour it in a color? That, and then I did pull out, last time I used the regular chameleon powder. This time I had pulled out the intense chameleon powder. So I think we're going to try the intense, because I can back that with any color and it's not going to really matter. So I'm going to do, this is the deep blue, which on camera it looks blue, but in person it looks purple because it is a chameleon. And then we're going to do the fairy green. And let's see. And then we will do some of the galaxy. And, well, I guess we won't. We'll use up whatever is left of the dark green. This is dark, yep, dark green. So we'll just finish that up, and then we have a dark magenta, which is kind of more of a pink. So we will just brush this on. Oop, and I already got something in there. Really? Really? All right. I'm gonna wipe this. So all right, I think I'm gonna do the same thing. Let's do like a few like planets. And now I know this is the side that has to have the most because this is hidden behind the moon. So let me grab some UV resin. We'll use the Bond Craftor. And basically I'm just going to make some dots with the UV resin. Big ones, little ones. pop any bubbles. That one had like a little line on it. Actually, let me try something here. We need a little bit bigger one. And we'll just kind of, I don't know, maybe see if that kind of looks like a Saturn. I don't know. Let me get a silicone. Gotta peel some of the dried resin off it. Kind of got it the way I want it. Because that's right in the middle. I think that will show. So I'm gonna just get these so that they're not moving anymore. And then once I start mixing up the resin, I will put this under the UV light. So I do want to have a few, even where they're not gonna show, but just to kind of give it that realistic kind of look. Last time I didn't put as many like little dots and stuff, so we will see. Because my granddaughter took that. I knew she would. So this one will be for sale as long as it comes out all right. And it will be on my website. I know I don't always say, but anything I make is for sale. And if I don't put it on the website, you can always either shoot me an email or message me and I will get back to you. Because sometimes I don't put them because I don't like the way they came out. So I don't put them on the website unless I'm like 100% happy with them. And then I just kind of save them and put them in a discount bin when I go to a craft show, or if somebody buys a lot of items from me, I'll have them pick out 1 or 2 items in that bin if they want. Okay, so let me, I'm going to move this over here. I am going to put my UV light over here and put it on over this, just so it can start curing. while I decide what I'm going to do. The shelves, I'm not doing anything to, because it is just not gonna, I was thinking about doing this in silver, all but the edges in the silver glitter. So why don't we do that? Okay, so I'm just gonna try to get it. I mean, if a little bit goes on the edges, I don't think that will matter because the stones are gonna be there. So worst case scenario, we have a little bit of the silver shining through the stones. So I'm just putting a little bit on my brush at a time so that I can not get a lot in that area. Because my hope is that if those glow good, then it's gonna almost act like a halo around the moon, is kind of my vision anyways. And a lot of the, all the lines, we're gonna color that in after it's done. Which is also another reason why I don't have to get too close to the edge, because that line goes all the way around. I just want like the center of this to be covered. And then I will just take like a little micro brush and go on the edges and try to get some of the glitter that has gone in there. But basically, I'm just trying to get this centerpiece done. And when we do the bottom, or which is going to be the back, I don't have to worry about cleanup because I'm going to just blend my colors together. And then what I'll do is, while my resin is mixing, I will do the cleanup on this so that when I come back, we're ready to pour. And then we will see how this looks. And I know this silver doesn't look as good with a darker background, because if you miss any little areas, it is a big deal. So that's why I'm trying to do little sections at a time. And I have it kind of at an angle, so as I am doing it, I can see if I've missed a spot. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna color it with the interference blue. As far as this part here. So I don't know how much I'm gonna have to keep out for this part in order to do that. So that's also gonna be an iffy. Okay, so we have got him all painted, nice and shimmery. Okay, so I'll put him over here because I don't want to get the other colors into it. And where's my switching sponge? Okay. Now, I'm just going to start with one, and we're just going to lightly make sure when you're going over the UV dots that you're being careful because you can lift those. Like I said, I'm just kind of going wherever, blending the two colors. Just running that as far as I can get that color. All right, so let's get some of this. Might as well use the rest of that. And make sure you don't have any brush lines either, because that will show up. My first one came out so good, so I'm hopefully gonna get the same sort of result. So I did go up and make sure I washed these good with some soap and water to make sure that there was no anything on my on the silicone that would repel any of this mica powder. You know, make sure there was no little bits of dried resin or anything like that. Okay, so we are just about done here. I do want the deep blue a little bit down in here. I just saw a hair right there. It is off my brush. Okay, so I'm just making sure that I go around there, because if not, it's going to show whatever color resin that we pour it in. And the shelves, I had done this to the shelves on my very first one, and the shelves go, whatever you see on the top, that's how you put them in. So there's no sense in doing all kinds of stuff on the shelves other than just pouring it a color, because you're not going to see it. It's going to end up being on the bottom of the shelf. So yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know if I just got a bad mold or if that is just how they all are. I don't know. All right, so let me get these put away. Those are off to the side. Grab a baby wipe. And try to clean some of my mess. So instead of pouring this in black, I am going to do it in like a navy blue. All right, and then you just want to make sure that you haven't missed any areas. Kind of hold it up. Oh, see, I popped off a dot. But that's going to be behind there anyways. All right. So, got the hands. All right, we have this, and then we have this. So, I will get my resin mixed up, and then we will be back because we're going to put the stones in around the edge of this moon. And then, like I said, we're just going to pour these plain, you know, blue, whatever color, we're going to back these in. So let me get my resin mixed up and I will be right back, guys. Okay. So I've got my resin mixed up, but I have not got it sorted out yet. So, I am going to divide this. So I'm going to put, so I think it was 8 ounces did this, and then I had those. So I'm thinking, I'm going to mix this one first and do this because this is going to be much darker. So then I can pour whatever's here into here. But, oh crap, how am I going to do this? I'm going to need a cup of clear. I'm going to need some clear to put those stones just around the edge. Gosh, guys, I hope this works. So I'm using the Craftor resin because it is a little bit thicker consistency. So I'm going to move my resin over here so that I do not spill it. And let's take our stones and I guess we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna get a little stick. Come on, grab a stick there. So I'm dying to see how these glow, because these I got off Temu. So, And I do want it somewhat thick because I want them to kind of stay where I put them, or at least like attempt to. All right. So, and I probably have way too many, so I'll have to find something to glow with the rest of them. Oh. Oh, I'm wondering if I just did these stones, then this whole thing would glow. Wonder if it would glow through the glitter. Well, we might have just switched to plan B because I definitely have too much, but trying to get it, I think, just on the edge. Well, we'll see. You know, maybe the ends will be full, but up here won't be. I don't know. I love you. Granddaughter's just getting home from college. Today's her day where she doesn't go right to work after, so she gets some time at home. All right, so I guess yeah, so I'm definitely gonna have way too much, but I'd rather have too much mixed up than not enough. Although not as much as the other day. I don't even know. For some reason, I thought those dragonfly molds were gonna take a lot more than they took. Sometimes these molds are really deceiving. You think they're not going to take a lot, and you got to mix resin 3 times to get the right amount. And then other times you think they're going to take a lot, and they barely take any. And I don't always like to measure them with water, especially if I plan on making them that day. Because you just never know if you get all the moisture out or not. So I hope this kind of gives me that look that I'm hoping for. But if it doesn't, I can always just, you know, redo this one piece and it'll be okay. So I ended up putting this on my cutting board, and I put the other one on my curing machine bottom because I need my table, because I'm doing a live later tonight, and I need my workspace because I need to be able to get it set up ahead of time. So I needed to be able to move these. All right, so the ends, I think I think I'm gonna fill the ends because there's just, it's so thin there that there's no way that I'm going to get just the edges, because we would literally like have no stones. Just trying to drain some of the excess clear. And then I'm thinking, do we put some in the dark that we're gonna mix the dark blue to see if it would show through the color on the base? I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, this is the first time I've used these, so I just got them. Oh gosh, yeah, we have way too much. So that means I'm probably gonna end up having to make up some more resin. But that's okay. Come on. There we go. So I might end up with some bubbles where these little rocks are down in the ends. I don't know. So I'm hoping there's going to be more resin that pushes down in there once I pour this next layer. Okay, so let's mix up. I'm going to set this over here, and I'm going to do 3 ounces. And we're going to put a little bit of the Eye Candy Tsukio Blue. We're only going to put a little bit in this portion because I'm going to add the Interference Blue because I want this lighter than this. This is going to go darker. So we're just going to put like a little bit to get it tinted, because I want to make sure that it's not too dark that those stones will be able to show through. All right, so that's pretty transparent. So let's put some of this, and this is the Let's Resin, and I do have a discount code for the Let's Resin brand, so oh, look at that. So I think that is going to be a good color. All right, so let's get this poured. So, and hopefully the rocks stay where they're at. So I'm just trying to get some of this darker blue down without like completely overdoing. I'm just going to make sure that the rocks are like underneath. Okay. And let me just take I think that's good. Let me give that a spray. Now, I'm going to pour a lot more of this dark blue in here, and then I'll put the rest of the resin in. And like I said, I'm probably going to need... Oh, I still have some in my cup over here. Never mind. All right, so we're going to... And this is a paste, so this doesn't matter. You know, when I'm doing my mica powders, I always forget to do that. Stir this in good. And I'm going to add a little bit more. I want it a little bit darker than that, because I am going to be adding some more resin in this cup. So it looks like those rocks are staying. Fingers crossed. And I am going to add some of the interference blue in here as well. just so that they have that same little bit of hue to them. So I should have probably put that in before I added more. You know, sometimes my brain just doesn't work. No, it doesn't. Oh, I can pretend it does all I want, but doesn't mean it's gonna work. All right, I think that's gonna be good. Because this really looks galaxy. So those shelves will be this brilliant, beautiful dark blue. Oh, that is gorgeous. All right. So let's get this poured, and then I can move this. If I remember right, I didn't want this too domed because then the shelves didn't fit in there right. All right, so let me just move this. But look at how pretty that color is, guys. That is gorgeous. Okay, so now let me move this sideways here a little bit so I can reach these shelves. So I might end up having to make more. Let's get the rest of this in there. Oh yeah, definitely. So that was 12 ounces. So yeah, this takes a little more than I anticipated. But, you know what? Let's see if they will show through on the shelves. Let's just pour what we have in here. Because we ain't gonna know if we don't try, right? Let me so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line down the middle of each. So if I have to mix up more, there's at least this in the middle, because I'm definitely going to have to mix up another ounce or two. But at least they will all have some of the same colors in them. So if I don't get the next batch completely matchy-matchy, that will have, because it's going to be the top that is going to show on these trays. So it's whatever we have on the top that is gonna be the showing piece. Why they make a mold where, you know, the two pieces are, you're working upside down, and then one you're working this way. I don't know. All right, so let's just get this even, and then what I'll do is I'm just gonna mix up probably 2 more ounces, and I'll just do that off camera, and then I will be back on demold so that we can see how these look. So, and there's dark and light, and that's totally fine. But we'll see. I do want the rocks, you know, kind of towards the front if possible. Like here, they were more in the back than they were in the front, so. Because if they do glow through, that's going to be awesome. And if not, it will just kind of give some texture in there. Not a big deal. All right, so. Okay. So I will go ahead and get a couple ounces. I'm going to mix up 2 just to be on the safe side. And then I will be back on demold, guys. Let me wipe my hands to shut my phone off. Okay, guys, these are all cured. And I know I'm going to have some cleanup on this one here for sure. So I ended up making 5 ounces. And I was able to finish filling all of, I was able to top this one off a little bit. So let's see how these came out. So I'm just going to unmold everything, and then we will check it out. So before we go too far, let me try to get this. I did end up putting this in, I put this in the curing machine, and I put the rest on the heat mat. And I'm going to have to get my knife because, oh, yeah, where is my knife? Right here. That's the only thing about, you know, when you put things in a curing machine, it really cures them really hard. And you know, luckily these little thinner bits are a little bit easier because they do not cure up as hard. All right, so let me just because I know these are gonna have to be a little thinner. And what was that? Okay. Okay. And now I've got to do I really don't want to have to pull out my Dremel, but I might have to. Alright, I'm going to try to do this on camera so you guys can see. Now it's putting it together that's the more difficult part. I'm just getting that to the end. And then this is the only one that really looks like there's any overage. So hopefully the others don't have the overage. All right, so that is the bottom. This is going to be the top of the shelf. All right, so let's put that there. Let's get this. Okay, and I got something here. Why, oh why do things have to be so difficult? All right, let me go. Oh, why is this one so soft? All right, so we are not going to be able to put this one on because it is very soft. That must have been on the front of the heat mat. I mean, I can always put it on there and just kind of let it harden up some more. And let's see. And this is the back, so this isn't as big of a deal, but there we go. All right, so let's see. So this is our moon. I'm hoping and praying those rocks glow. We just got a little bit of overage here. So I might have to put these back in the curing machine, but in the meantime, let's see. Oh, so that came out sweet. So this, one of these goes does it, can I? Now, I could not, okay, this is where the problem is going to be, because I would have to put it this way. Where's my knife? But the other one went the other way, so maybe so we could make this, I guess, a left-handed or a right-handed, if I can get that in there. So yeah, it would be upside down. So let's get this out. Put this back the way it's supposed to go. And okay, push that through. No, I still got it backwards. What the crap? And I just ripped that. It's supposed to go like that. All right, so I'm gonna definitely have to glue that one. Oh, these trays are so difficult. And I know the big one goes in the middle, but we cannot put that one because it is, it's way too bendy. Okay. And get that. I don't think I struggled this much on the last one. That just needed a smidge. There we go. Okay. Wow. Why do things have to be so difficult? There we go. We've got one. So basically, this is how it's going to look with that middle shelf in there. So, let's finish this up. So I am going to do this in silver. I am just going to throw this in that curing machine for a little bit. All right, so we're going to do this in silver this time. Last time we did gold. All right, so this is the fine, and what's this one? The flat tip. So the thing that I want to check is to see on the glow. We have a few little bubbles up here. I'm not too concerned with that. So let me just do not want to wipe all of that off. My nose is so stuffed up again, guys. I don't even know if I'm ever going to get rid of this cold or if it's just going to linger. Oh my. Hang on. Mom? Love you. All right, so let's just get this. So before I do the edge, I want to see if those stones are going to glow. That is my main focus for doing this whole project, was just to see if those stones are going to glow. All right, so I can do this. I'll finish this off camera. And I just want to see if this is going to glow. So let me go check and see if it glows, and then I'll know whether to outline the edge or not. And then I will come back and I'll do a time lapse to finish the rest, guys, for you guys. So that way you can see it. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, it did glow. So I will get you some final pictures, and I'm just gonna use this, the bigger end. And it actually showed through this part too, which I was kind of impressed. I did have to put the light on it, but yeah, so I'm just gonna do just the little bits and pieces in here. Oh my gosh, my nose. So doing it this way is definitely better than painting it in the first time. And now right here. I'm like, I know I went over. Where was it? It actually looked really, really cool. So yeah, I can't wait to... So what I will do is I will hit it with the UV light to you know, get it glowing really good so that you can see the full effect. You know, and then when I can let this completely dry and get the whole piece together, so that way you can get a full visual. But I was just, I'm like, I just want to see if this worked. You know, it's like sometimes you do something and you start second guessing yourself. And that, I think, was kind of where I was at. I thought it was gonna work, but then I didn't know. So there are a tiny few bubbles in here, and that is just because I didn't take my tool and go around all of these little bumps because I had put the glitter in there. So I kind of figured there would be, but we're almost done here. And I actually have to look at an angle to see where the little marks are. Okay, so I am just going to go along this one ridge on the outside. So yeah, you can see the little bubble holes. And okay, so I will let this dry. I will let the other piece dry, and then I will put this together and I will show you the finished result, guys. Alrighty, hang on for the final pictures, guys.